Hello there, compassionate souls. This is Dr. Barb Tremlett coming to you from St. Martin in the Caribbean. It's a beautiful morning here as I'm taping this this video of. I get excited about this whole topic. This video on emotional scale. I had the blessing to work with Ester Hicks and listen to her speak quite a few times, and I'm really grateful to my friend Laura who took me and introduced me. When I came to the Caribbean the first time, I was on a cruise ship. I had no idea where I was going. And I was on an Ester Hicks tour. She was having her own cruise, a travel cruise, and she was speaking. And I had the opportunity while I was on that cruise, the Ester Hicks Cruise, to have a large group of people twice that asked me to teach on the Ester Hicks Cruise. So I got so excited because I love the information that she shares. She is one of the first persons that really helped awaken me to not only the spirituality, but the scientific understanding of the vibrational scale. So I teach this scale. I have the scale all over my house. I have cheat sheets on my desk. I have, this is one thing. If you can understand, you can change your life. If you can help understand this and teach kids, teach your friends when they're in a low vibration, what that looks like versus a high vibration. So even if it's someone who doesn't necessarily believe in the word God, but they understand emotion, this is a great place to start. So what I'm going to do today is just go over this beautiful piece of information with you and encourage you to keep researching and looking everywhere, practicing it and sharing with everyone. So if you're part of the Compassionate Listener Series, it's class 106. And if you're not, okay, doesn't matter. This is a powerful presentation. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me go back over here. Share my screen just so we can get started on this. I'm getting better and better every day with this stuff. So all right. So the emotional scale, and what we want to understand about the emotional scale is this: your thoughts are magical. Your thoughts are everything. And lesson number one that we're going to talk about is everything is made of energy and everything vibrates. And even our thoughts have a frequency to that, and there's a constant energy to it. This energy, it never disappears. It's always here. It's the core. It's everything. So we as humans, these human bodies that we're in are electromagnetic fields of energy. We are electromagnetic bodies, and our thoughts are electrical, and our hang on one second. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this. All righty, fix that issue. Thank you for your patience. So we are electromagnetic bodies, and we are absolutely amazing. The way this universal put us together is amazing. So as humans in this electromagnetic body, we need to understand that we have thoughts, and our thoughts are here. They're electrical. They're stimulating. They're electrical. And our feelings are magnetic. So when we put these things together, it makes for this beautiful miracle that happens so easily for us. So electricity can be very controlling. It can be very powerful. And the magnet can be either attracted or repelling. It is, as a magnet can be, depending on which side of the magnet you're using. So think about two magnets and how they like push them together, and they don't go together, they come apart, or if they're really connected, they go together. So our thoughts are electrical, and our emotions are magnetic. Now, I'm trying to simplify this because remember, metaphysics is the science of spirituality. So our emotions are magnetic, and we've heard that before, right? Like attracts like. What you think about, you bring about. Some of those statements are kind of true, but not into the detail. You can think about something all day long, but if you don't have a magnetic connection to the thing, it's going to be a lot more difficult for that to come to you. But if you take the moment and you put energy on it and you put an emotion on it, that's when it becomes magnetic. So page 2. So the left hemisphere of the brain, okay, I'm going to imagine this as I'm talking it. Your left hemisphere of your brain is analytic, repetitive, controlling. It's that the brainiac part of you. So your thoughts are controlling, analytic, repetitive, and powerful. These are your thoughts. So our brain has thoughts, which are electrical. The right hemisphere of the brain is creative. It's easy. It's flowing. The right side of the brain is the feelings. It's where the feelings are created, flowing, attracting, and it's easy, just this easy paced flow. And our heart has feelings also, which are magnetic, so that heart energy is in there. So on the left, we think about our dreams and our ideas into existence. We think about them. And on our right side, we amplify them. We amplify them and we magnetize them to come into our existence. So this is such a key piece right here. I'm going to say it one more time. The left side, analytic, repetitive, and controlling. It's powerful in creating thought and thinking and calculating and planning. It's a thoughts, it's electrical. Okay, that's an electrical piece of us. On the right side, this is the creative, easy flowing, feeling, attracting, magnetic, just succulent of bringing something into colorfulness and bringing it to life. And our heart also shares that magnetic feeling. So with the left, we think about our dreams and our ideas into existence, our strategic plan, our ideas, what do we want to do in action? And our right side of our brain is where we amplify and we create and we put the feeling of the existence of it out into the world. These are key pieces. So our left side of our brain is very analytic, black and white, stimulating, detail-oriented, strategic. And our right side of our brain is more of the creative, the flowing, how will this work together, sensuality, emotional, feeling. So I think that picture pretty much tells the story. So when we're looking at the emotional scale, we have emotions awake and active in our mind all the time. There's always something going in there. You need to be aware of what you're thinking about and you're creating, because whatever you're putting in there, you're putting out in this vibratory world. This is my reality. This is my reality. This is what I believe. This is what I do. This is what I am. So you need to think about, ironic, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about in any moment? Because those thoughts can lead to the feelings and the feelings can lead to creation. So we have the Ester Hicks scale, which is amazing. And the emotions on here, we're not going to go into the detail of it now, but the one emotion, so that was lesson number 1, is to understand the thinking and the feeling and how those go together. Okay. Lesson number 2 is the highest vibration is love. The highest vibration is love, the freedom, empowerment, appreciation, joy. That's the highest you can go. So if we want to be aware of where we are at all times in our emotions and what we're thinking about, we want to have an underlying coding all the time of love, right? Because we want that, keep that love, 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 love vibration. And like I said before, my friend Chris used to say all the time, I'm in love with love. And I'd be like, okay, don't know what that means, but now I do. Flash forward. Now I do. So puppy love. Okay. We want to feel, remember that sensual little giggly side view when you have that love. We want to stay in love. And one of the things we can practice is that feeling of puppy love, that love of, being with a new person that you're crazy about, or even a little animal, or even when you hold a baby, that vibration of love that's so sensual. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes for just a moment and just listen to my words. This is not where you race through reading anything. I want you to feel this. When you raise your love vibration, it attracts more love vibration. When you purposely practice it over and over, it will raise your overall vibration. Think about when someone first falls in love. They are happier in everything they do. They smile and they cause the people around them to smile and they feel happier. It is magnetic. And when you're putting happy out into the ethers, the happy in others is magnetically pulled to you. It's pulled to the surface. It's connecting you. You are creating a happy environment around you. The more you feel this, the more it is felt or practiced, the higher and happier the person will be. You can open your eyes. This is a purposeful practice. This is a purposeful thing to do. When you're feeling in a state of low, or you've been hurt, or you've allowed your emotions to get low in vibration, this is an amazing practice. You just sit there, you visualize, you close your eyes, you remember that first kiss, that first touch, that first petting that dog, look into the puppy's eyes or the baby's face, whatever that high vibrational love is that you have, and you feel it in your chest. Remember, your heart is magnetic. It feels energy. The right side of your brain creates this beautiful flow of energy, the feeling, the vibrational feeling, and your heart puts it out. So when you get these two in this creative flow and this heart pushing it out, and you start pushing this love feeling into your body, from your body into your vibration and out into your aura, and out and out and out and out and out, the people around you can feel the love. They can feel the energy shift. And then that begins to awaken in them, because the magnetic says like attracts like. So when your magnetic's out there and it's feeling love, 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 all those people that are around you, you begin to stimulate that love vibration in them. And some people will love it and they'll be happy with it. And some people will be repelled by you, and we know who they are. And that's okay, because we don't want them in our vibration anyway. So feeling that puppy love, right? We create that. We do that. We can purposely do that. And we can do it all day long. And that's another key point of why being in the moment, the power of being in the moment, is so true. You forget about what didn't go well in the past. You forget about anything that might happen in the future. And you stay in this moment right here in this block of time. Give yourself, I promise you, 20, 30, 60 seconds of just feeling that sensual energy just running through you, just running through you. It will change everything that's going on in your life. When you open your eyes back up after this visualization, your office will feel different. Your children will feel different. The frustrations you had will feel different, because you've stimulated something through your whole body. That's lesson number 2. So lesson number 3 is seeing it clearly. Visualization allows the mind to see through pictures and tells a story. Telling a story with emotions makes that story come to life and changes the overall vibration of your body. The more the body memorizes the story and the feeling, the more the mind and the body agree that is truth, that it's my truth. The more that it is truth, and repeating emotionally charged thoughts practiced, the more the magnetic piece will come into play and our lives will begin to change to match that truth. So how many people have you known that have said, I'm going to visualize living in a beautiful beach house, and they visualize it, they feel it, they enjoy it. And when they're sitting in it, then their body begins to vibrate it. They start seeing it and they feeling it in their body. So there's a seeing it, feeling it, experiencing it, imagining it's true. And it's not even like you're imagining it's in the future. You're feeling like it's already happened. And then as you practice and hold this vibration for a long time, then voila, things begin to come to you. You magnetize that vibration to yourself as the truth, and it becomes the new truth. And this happens, I know, because I'm an experiencer of it. So when we're practicing all this great stuff, this is where we create our new reality. So whether it's a healthy body, whether it's a new job, whether it's a better relationship with a partner you have, or maybe a better relationship with your children, or with your management or your boss, or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you want to have this vibration with your staff. This is all in the works. We create this reality around us. Now, that was lesson 3. Lesson 4. Oh, lesson 4 is amazing. So therefore, we choose our reality by choosing our thoughts and feelings. Feeling. Feeling is the most important. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. So we raise our vibration to where we want to be. So sitting, breathing, and seeing what you want is the key. So I would even challenge you to pick that 20, 30, 60 seconds a day to say, this is where I'm going to sit and feel whatever it is that you want to feel. Write it down if you want to get a good picture of it. But this is where I want to sit and feel it every day, feel it into my existence, feel it into my reality, feel it into the truth of my vibrance and my experience. So what you're doing is you're calling it to you. You're putting it out there as a magnet, like the magnets. You see the picture, the magnetizing something to you. So you're calling it to you. You're magnetizing it into your life. You hold that frequency. Feel it as if you already have it. And when you hold that frequency, it becomes more powerful, more powerful, more powerful. And that's why using the visualization can be very helpful. Telling a story can be very helpful. And just seeing that little movie play over and over and over again. And as you're watching that movie play, just sensually loving it, just experiencing it over and over again, and feeling that stimulation running through your body, the joy, the health, the strength, the beach house, whatever it be, feel all of that energy moving through and coursing through you. How does that feel? So I would ask right now, what have you created? What are you creating currently? Are you creating that healthy body that's strong, the strong place where you want to be, like the moving forward? Or are you overthinking? Are you in the left side where you're just overthinking it? Because you're not going to get there by thinking it into reality. That's electrical. That's great. We need that piece. You got to have somewhere to create that thought process. But if you think that you're going to bring things into your existence just by thinking it, you're not. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be difficult. You're going to need motivated, creative, energetic, vibrational, magnetized action is what's going to bring it. So what are you creating? And it's not a condemnation of any way. We all learn right now. Hopefully everybody's learning the differences between the left thought, methodical. You can't have it happen from the left side. And I know this. You know, I've had a stroke in the past. I've been through neurological exams and found out after everything was said and done to me, I created this mess in here because I thought I was going to change my life through thought. I kept thinking it over and over and over and over again would create this new reality for me. And it did not. It just stagnatized an electrical overload in my head, and I wound up having a stroke. So once I began to get into the reality of it and understanding the sensual and magnetism of thought and creativity, that's when my life became juicy. That's when things began to happen. That's when reality changed drastically. So yeah, we want to think it, we want to create it, we want to create a strategic plan, we want to get it going. That's left side thinking. That's our electrical. But then when you want to switch over, take those thoughts over here and start creating a vibratory, experiential visualization that we can begin to put feelings on and then stay in that feeling experience. And that's where the Ester Hicks scale comes in. We want to get over into the feeling. So if you're in that feeling of power and passion and joy, and you're up and you're just really staying in this high vibration, that's what you're going to create. But if you're in a low vibration, I'm desperate, I don't have enough money, how am I going to pay the bills? Nobody's talking to me because they think I'm crazy. When you're in that, you're down at the bottom of the vibratory, right? So if you're thinking high vibrational, how can I create, what's my reality going to be? Then you're going to create up here. But if your vibration is low and you're repeating it over and over and over again, remember what you say goes back in, what you say goes back in. If you're creating over and over again, my life sucks, I don't have a good job, I need this, I need that, I can't get this, I can't figure it out, nobody's nice to me. If you're saying that over and over again over here, then you're creating it over here. So you're creating more of it. I know it's challenging to change that mental philosophy and say whatever, but you need to recognize, before you go changing anything, recognize where you stand. Are you creating joy, passion, excitement, love? Are you in that place? Do you feel that this is happening in your life? Or are you just saying, well, things will get better eventually, I know it's tough right now? Because when you're saying that, you're living that. You're not changing anything. And if you're really suffering, you're lonely, you're resentful, you're jealous, you're not going to create anything beautiful from that. So now we take a look at the next slide. Are you ready for this? Because I'm going to say it. I want you to hear it. Don't read it. Hear it. So let me get this right. Our thoughts create reality. We create our thoughts. Our thoughts create emotions, and these emotions are magnetized. Then why are so many people doing so badly? Why are we not in a better place? And why are we not creating more cool stuff and getting rid of the junk? Because most of us don't know this reality. It's not a judgment. Most of us were not taught this. We should have been taught this in school. We should have been taught this as a child. We should have been taught this as soon as we were born, that you are a magical creator. But you weren't taught that. You were taught the opposite. Take what you got and deal with it. That's not the reality, folks. The truth is coming alive. And if you watch this video and you don't change anything, then you have no one to blame but yourself. Life is good. We create a reality. If you're talking about what doesn't work, then they're going to get more of what doesn't work. But when you flip that around, let go of the junk and start living from this high place of, what do I want to create? First, create it in your thoughts. Like, what do I want to create? Then visualize it. Once you got to visualize it, then feeling it's already happened, an existence of it, the sensuality of it. And it happens. So one of the things that hold us back, and as a counselor, I understand this. One of the things that hold us back is, it's called emotional baggage. Okay. We all got it. It happens. We collect it years after year after year. And it's this bag of lots of junk inside of it. And it's not always to remove. And we just keep putting more and more junk in it. Oh, you hurt my feelings. I don't want to die. I'll think about that later. So the bag of junk just gets bigger and bigger. So we have to find ways to take that bag of emotional junk and dump it. So when you're feeling emotional, you feel like crying and you're allowed to cry, you release energy. Remember, we're emotional, but we're basic energetic beings. We got buzzing energy everywhere. And every time our feeling is hurt, we shove it in a bag. Well, that little feeling thing is a piece of energy, and we're shoving it in. Another piece of energy, we're shoving it in. Another piece of hurt emotion, energy, and we shove it in. So in order for us to stop shoving it in there, we've got to find creative ways of releasing it. And you don't necessarily even mentally have to know what it is. It's vibratory. You'll feel it. So sometimes when we feel like crying, we need to cry. And the reason we need to cry is we're releasing energy through our tears. We're releasing emotion through our tears. We're releasing charged energy in the liquid coming out of our eyes. We're releasing that energy. So we release the energy of it, and we become more healthy because we're letting go of that vibration. We have too many vibrations inside of us that we're holding, and we want to release them. So holding the energy in, once recognized, we know it's not healthy. This is where dis-ease comes from. We are no longer in ease in the body because we keep jamming more energy in there on top of the other energy, and it gets in there, it gets compounded, it gets layer after layer after layer. And then when that layer gets so big, now the body is no longer at ease. It's at dis-ease. So it's recognized through those people that wear white jackets as a dis-ease, and then they want to chemically or poisonously get rid of that disease. That's not the way it works. We can go through emotional release and release it just like that. We can release it through emotional release, through opening up that emotional bag and letting all the vibration go that way. Danny Carroll, I just listened to him. He is amazing. He's got great information. There's so many teachers out there that can teach you how to do this release. It's not through pharmaceutical. It's not through chemical. It's all natural release. So when something comes up and you feel an emotion to that, grab that and say, what is this emotion about? Why do I feel this way? Then release it. Sometimes we can literally just take it, oh, I don't feel that's valid anymore. And I can just release it and let it go. Sometimes I want to cry it out. Sometimes I want to visualize putting it in front of me and taking a knife and cutting the cord and releasing it. There's all kinds of different ways, but feeling it, purposely feeling it and letting it go, or giving it another ending. Okay, I'll give you an example. I was with a narcissist for quite a few years. Not my husband. My husband was an angel, but I was with a narcissist for quite a few years, and I didn't realize how much energy it was taken and how much as an empath it was draining me. And then one day when I woke up and I said, oh my God, and I get it. I was able to take that hurt, damage, and emotional baggage that was created by trying to please a narcissist and do what would make him happy, I was able to take all that and say, oh my gosh, I turned it into a positive. I learned, first of all, what is a narcissist, how they work, different tools and techniques to work with them. I learned all these things because I was with a narcissist. Now, it's great if you want to read about it, watch some videos about it. It's great if you want to learn it through other people's eyes. But I learned about it through being it, through living it. So I am able to speak from it because I experienced it. So now I can help other people. So when I came to the realization that being with this narcissist for so long and going through every tool and technique in the book, that I finally realized it was actually an education for me. So I turned it into this positive experience to use. That's amazing. I rewrote that story. So now all the forgiveness has been given, all the release of emotion has been given. And anytime there's a new dance with this person, I always look at it as another little lesson on how to deal with someone. So you can rewrite the hurts and the damages that have happened to you. It is possible. Or you can just take it, grab it, release it, and let it go. You get to choose. But the important thing is that you recognize it's in there, you don't want it in there, and you want to release it. Or you've learned a lesson from it, and now you're ready to keep the lesson and let go of the energy. So when you learn that part and you start to let go of it, the next thing is filling the bag with higher vibrations, such as positive feelings about yourself. I am a #1 advocate with the first person you need to fall in love with is you. The first person you need to say, I'm amazing. I'm a soul living in this human experience. I'm here in a beautiful earth school. I'm surrounded by all these wonderful human beings. You need to learn who you are and then begin to love you so deep. You find all the creative powers you have. You play lots of games that we talk about in other programs, learning how to raise your vibration, fall in love with you, take care of you, and then take care of your body. Take care of your body. You give it lotion, you adorn it, you make sure you're physically fit, you eat the best foods you can, you breathe the air that's the most high quality, you drink the water that's the most sensual, high vibrational water, you experience things and laugh and dance and sing. That's how you refill that bag. That's how you refill. You take out the negative and you replace it with the positive. Because remember, energy is not created and it is not destroyed, but it can be transmuted. So when you're pulling a negative out of there, that's beautiful. But something is going to, like water going to the lowest level, something's going to seep back in there. And as you're removing that energy, that negativity, and releasing it, take those moments to say, I'm going to fill it with dance. I'm going to fill it with laughter. I'm going to raise my vibration in every way I can, because I know what makes me happy. I know how to love myself. Because when you start loving yourself with all these different self-confidence and esteem, and you're taking care of your hair and you're taking care of your body, your vibration changes. And as that vibration changes, you can raise it. And a lot of times when you raise your vibration, you might get a little of an emotion that comes up and you're like, what is that? Where did that come from? And what happens is sometimes when we're filling ourselves with this new vibration, old stories will come up and you'll look at it and go, well, that's not true. And you'll release it. You no longer have to say, I don't want to think about that and shove it back in. We never take something and shove it back in. We say, that no longer serves me. I release it. So what we want to do is we want to go back and just keep putting more and more positive into this bag. And as we do, more negative will start to come out, and it starts doing it naturally. Because after a while, when you've got this high vibratory feeling, it's like this high level of water, those dark, heavy bubbles of gaseous air down there, they're going to come to the surface eventually. And then you get to choose what to do with them. And I pray to you that you do not put them back in, but you release them in the moment. It only takes a moment to release these things. And so when you feel that you're doing well, then great, stay in the happy life. If something comes up, go back to the first one, which is releasing, and then stay in that place. And step 3 is practicing forgiveness for all people, and everything that affects you. And once you can be forgiving to a person or situation and no longer hold a negative vibration for them, this is a huge vibrational shift for your whole body. True forgiveness gives compassion to a situation and releases through understanding how a situation happened, then to have the compassion for the person and how they came to that place. Now, why this is so important This is really important right now because we need to understand we are in a spiritual war. We know that. And there are a lot of what we call bad guys, black hats, that are not, they're not bad people, but they got caught in a bad situation. They did things because they were blackmailed, or they were, well, bribery is a different story, but blackmailed or brainwashed. They did it because they were in a situation that they felt there was no way out, staying in their moral belief system. So first of all, we recognize that to be the truth. Second of all, we are not the judge. We are not the judge. We're there to recognize that something happened. They made an agreement, maybe they shouldn't have, but we're not there to judge. Our job is to unconditionally love them and give forgiveness. And some may say, well, who am I to give them forgiveness? Forgiveness isn't about them. Forgiveness is about you. Because if you don't forgive them, the anger, the frustration, the awfulness of what they did will hold you down in vibration. We're not here to look at somebody else's life and take offense to it. That's their life, their badness, what they did. And even if they've offended you, if you're the one that was hurt, going through forgiveness releases the emotion from you. They have to live their own life. They have to live their own burden. They have to live their own relationship with whoever is going to judge them. But it's not us. So our job is to practice forgiveness in every situation and release it. Not to say that we don't put boundaries up and protect ourselves in the future from things happening. That's a different subject. But right now we're talking about just true forgiveness for everything and releasing it, because that snaps off that vibration and releases it from you so you can rise in your vibration. We don't want that in our bag. So when we release it, we forgive it, we raise everything back up, our situation, it feels lighter, our compassion feels lighter, and it's easier to be kinder to people when we're not in that low vibration. And so we don't need to necessarily understand their situation other than it was something we don't agree with, or maybe they don't agree with, that they got stuck into, but we release it, we forgive them, we put unconditional love, we put compassion on them. Sympathy, empathy, and compassion is a whole nother subject. We're not empathizing with these people. We're putting compassion on it, okay? You need to take that as a separate class. So we put compassion on it. We forgive them. Every person came here, every human being that came here in this, like with us in the spiritual group, we came to serve. We came to make the world a better place. We came to learn. We came to find out our passion. We came to help everyone else. So if something bad happened in their existence while they were here, they created a less than of what they wanted. It's not for us to judge it. It's not for us to condemn it. We're here to forgive, have compassion, and unconditional love. So I hope you understand those steps. First of all, we've got the emotions. We want to find a way to release them. Second of all, then we want to fill our bag up with positive, loving, sensual things that make us giggle like a child and hold our vibration up. And third, anything that's been less than, we want to have through forgiveness and release it, so it no longer comes back and gets back in the bag of emotions that we hold. This is important. So release the undesired energy through thoughts, crying, and forgiveness, and identify what you do not want, and you put it aside. We don't want to put it in the bag. Only think about positive, and then focus on the feelings that come to fruition. As we've been talking about, the feelings is the piece that turns it on. And just release any undesired energy through a lot of high positive vibration. So the next one is, I use this bag a lot, man. I call it the bag of emotions. So out with the bad and in with the good. So we want to release the bad emotions and tell another story that's a higher frequency, and that's what we really want in there, is a higher frequency story. We take the higher frequency, the new story, and then we start to amplify the new story. This is how we change our reality. This is how we go from living in a one-room shack to a 2-bedroom house to a 3-bedroom house. This is how we change our reality, through creating a new story and feeling it and living it. So this is how we change it. So we're going to feel this new story. We're going to feel it into existence. And then remembering that when we remove the lower energy and immediately replace it with a higher vibration, that this is how we change the overall vibration of the body. And so we want to practice that. So in this practice right now, I want you to hear my words, okay? So we're going to do a little practice. So to begin the journey to releasing, it is to let go of negativity, heavy energy, past hurts, painful situations, intended or not intended, small or large, accidental or on purpose. Once the weight in the bag lightens, there is a shift and the overall vibration goes higher. And as the vibration rises, it will have residual and exponential effect. Especially now during this time that we're in, we make change quickly and we are magical creators. So this can happen very quickly for you. So as this happens, the bag lets things in easily based on your thoughts and can be emptied, but needs replacement thoughts. You put in the replacement thoughts. Try to stay in a practice of positive and highly emotional feelings. You are creating a new reality, a positive, loving reality. And it's an amazing way to live. So when you look at an emotional scale, you see what part of the emotional scale you want to live in most of the time. I want to live in passion. I want to live in love. So that means when something negative of vibration happens, I have to grab it right away and say, this is not going to be my reality. I am not putting this in the bag. I'm going to throw this out and I'm going to put something else in. What's the opposite of that? I want to be in a beautiful, wonderful relationship with a new friend soon on spirituality. So I'm going to say, I have the most amazing friends that surround me in spirituality. I'm going to change what goes into that bag. So there are times when negative things happen. I kind of knocks me off. Then I go, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not putting that in my long term. I'm not putting that in my bag. I'm going to grab that and say, no, I change this over to, this is not my reality. I release this immediately. Or I'll take the story and change it a little. I have a young man that's asked to borrow money for something, which is important to him. But I know how it works here. Nobody pays you back. So I said, well, I want to help you because I want to help all people, but I believe in energy exchange. So why don't you help me figure out what you can do that's worth the value of that money, and you come and do the energy and I'll give you the money. And he said at first, he's like, I don't understand. And I said, if I continue to give you, and there's nothing coming back, I get depleted and you think that I will constantly feed you this energy, whether it's money, food, or whatever. But if we say, no, if you want this energy, then exchange it for this energy, because it's all energy. Then he got it. So it's not about giving when you're a compassionate soul. Please remember that. It's not about constantly giving out. It's figuring out how this energy exchange works, how we stay in the flow. And there are times I help people and expect nothing back because of their situation. But if somebody's coming with expectations that you will take care of me, we need to stop that. We're not a nursing mother. We need to stop that and help that energy exchange, because we're helping them stay high in vibration too. Nobody wants to feel like they're always have to ask for a handout and they're disappointed in their own life. We want to help them create a higher vibration. So what is the main emotion that you have dropped in your bag all the time? What are your main emotions that you're putting in your bag? And how often do you make a conscious effort to stay happy, high, and in tune? I do it all the time. People think I'm crazy. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Nobody knows what's coming out of me next. It is what it is. So this may sound harsh. Okay. This may sound harsh, but you are creating your life and your reality. What are you choosing? All right. I know some people might think and say, I didn't do that. They did this to me. That's not your reality anymore. It changes as of hearing this. You no longer can play that game. Now, also, I want you to think about, I talked about Ester Hicks, and then also there's David Hawkins. I like the way David Hawkins put his emotional scale together, because he didn't break it down into just the love, joy, and that direction. He put it in sections. So if you're in a spiritual paradigm where you're really reaching, you want to be in the high spiritual realm, you look at enlightenment, joy, love, and you stay in that very high vibration. But the reality is, the majority of us that are working toward enlightenment and awakening, we're in that stage called reason and integrity. That's a beautiful place to be. Integrity is huge. So reason and integrity, you use the mind for what you need to create things, but you stay within your integrity. And those are, are on understanding, forgiveness, optimism, trust, affirmation. Those are the views of wise, merciful, inspiring, enabling, and permitting. You're staying in that high vibrational energy. But it's not like aiming for the constant spirituality, though we always do. But if you're in that realm, you're doing really well. The third level, which is a lot of people, not necessarily woke, because there are a lot of woke people that are also in that reason and integrity, but they're down in the more the negative vibrations of pride and ego, fear, shame. They're in those lower vibrations. And when you live in those lower vibrations, you just create more of those lower vibrations. You get stuck in this beautiful circular mess, and it's hard to get out. So if you can even get to the top of the survival paradigm, which is what we call it, and there's a lot of survival paradigm on the island, but if we can get past that survival paradigm and get ourselves back up into reason and integrity, then we can lift off that lower vibration and get a little higher. So I would say, which general category you feel that you resonate in, your family, your friends, your community, the world. Because right now, I believe that, yes, there's a lot of survival paradigm, but I believe we're stepping into the higher energy realm, according to David Hawkins, which is the reason and integrity. I think most people are waking up and they're saying, what's going on here? They're questioning reality. They're saying, who's in charge here? This is not working. I believe a lot more people are stepping into that paradigm of the integrity. So one more quick little thing I want to show you, we're not spending any time on, but your body holds emotional vibrations. And Danny Carroll talked about this, and Bruce Lipton's talking about this. There's a lot of teachers out there. Joe Dispenza is talking about this. Greg Braden also shares this information. Your different body parts hold different emotions. So if you go to a doctor that works in this belief system and they understand the effects of the body, from the vibrations that you put out through emotion, and you have an illness in a specific body part, a different part of your spine, and your different joints, your different organs, we can go back and we can detect from there what emotional debris you might be dealing with that created this dis-ease in that particular part of your body, your humanness. So, having eye problems is not wanting to see what's going on around you. Having throat issues is not being able to speak your truth. These are generalizations. But think about what body parts I'm having trouble with my shoulders right now. Therefore, I'm carrying other people's burdens. Or I'm putting too much strain on my human body and carrying the weight of the world. So maybe I need to lighten up a little. So we look at these different parts of the body and we can put a very close scale to it to show the emotional debris. A lot of work out there. I definitely encourage you to check out Danny Carroll. Okay, this next one, and here's one of Joe Dispenza's pages. So when you have vibrations, they're moving through you. These frequencies are moving through you. The vibrations are moving through you, and depending on how high up you are on the scale, it's a faster vibration. Depending on if you're lower, it's a lower vibration. So I want you to equate this to heaviness and lightness. If you're in survival mode, you feel heavy. If you're in survival mode, you're suffering, you're a victim, you have guilt, you have shame, you're on the lower vibrational, you're heavy, your energy is heavy. But when you're in the higher vibration and you're dealing with bliss and freedom and love, you're in a higher vibration. Your body feels lighter, light being. Love and light. You feel in this vibration of high, light, appreciation, sensuality, gratitude. You feel peaceful. Your life's more in harmony. When you're lower in vibration and you're feeling fear, you're feeling guilt, you're feeling this world is not working for me, you're feeling lower in vibration, you're feeling heavy. You're feeling a heaviness. And I want you to think about that. So if you're feeling particularly heavy, if you're feeling particularly low, just take a few minutes and go in and say, what am I thinking about? Where's my emotion? Where am I thinking? And how is it coming out in emotion? Because these are connected. I think about it and then it comes into emotion, energy, a feeling. So if I'm feeling heavy, Where am I thinking? Where am I vibrating? What emotion is going on with me that I feel this heaviness? Am I in fear? Am I in grief? But then if you're feeling the lightness, where are you at? Are you in love? Are you enjoying your view? Take that time to figure out where you are vibrationally. And I know this is an interesting tool, and most of you are going to go, what? But practice, practice, practice. And you'll begin to see when I'm feeling heavy, I know I need to take a few moments and meditate 20, 30, 60 seconds and bring myself up in vibration. Practice that over and over again. And as I say hi in that vibration, I start to feel lighter throughout my whole body because I'm putting love and light in it. I know. So you ready? You choose your vibration. You choose your frequency. You're the one choosing it. Now, you may not have known it before you watch this video, but now you do. You are choosing your frequency. So please take the time, sit down and write down the following. Where are your vibrations the happiest? Where are you feeling truly inspired and excited about life? You know, is it your kids? Is it your job? Something in your heart, maybe your love life? And then where are your vibrations running sad, angry, lower, or lower vibrations? Is it your kids? Is it your job? Is it your heart or your love life? So you just need to identify where are you on low vibration? Where are you on high vibration? And then be able to take the time to start working on that scale of emotions and changing things around. So this has been a whole can of worms for people. I hope you all take to heart what you've learned. We need to understand the emotional scale. There's a lot of stuff out there. Don't just listen to me, do your research. Bruce Lipton is amazing to listen to. So I want to thank you for joining this program. And you know that I teach a lot about energy psychology, energy medicine, metaphysics, and the science of spirituality. That's what I do. That's my passion. That's my calling. That's my mission. And when Soul Solutions came to be, it's about finding your passion. That was number one. Let's find your passion. Let's expand your consciousness and let's advance your enlightenment. That's what this is about. This is my niche. So I'm going to leave you with the words of, it is your life, it is your energy, and you are not a victim. You're not a victim here. And if you decide that you want to make a change, it doesn't take much to make that change. So I support anybody I can in making these changes. You know, please go to the website soulsolutionssxm or to YouTube, soulsolutionssxm, and really learn to own this information, own this energy, because it's your life. And you don't need to be a victim here. You need to like step up and enjoy this beautiful energy. It should have been taught to you in school and it wasn't, and that's a shame. But guess what? We're here in the spiritual war. We are making a difference. We together are making a difference. So go share this with everyone. My name is Dr. Barb Tremlett, Soul Solutions SXM. I look forward to future programming and working with the compassionate listeners all over the world. Thank you very much, and a love and light. Namaste. And remember, we're all in this together, and we're all here to help raise the vibration together. Namaste. Thank you very much. Have a great day, week, month, year. Love you.